Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. So for today, as a start, not as a start sebenarnya, we try to finish the whole topic number 4 for today. Cuma I tak ingat lah, last meeting ingat tak kita stop sampai which part for the bond valuation. And let me share. I know we've discussed about the intrinsic value of the bond. But have we discussed this one tak? Currently ke belum? Totally I can't remember. Ke dah? Ke I assume dah je. Because under the valuation, we have four things that we need to learn, which is the VB itself, and then we have the current yields, then we have YTM, and also YTC, right? In my mind, I ingat I can straight convertible bond. Cuma I tak ingat I dah go through this all four or not. Tak ada sampai ingat, I assume dah je lah, I go straight to convertible bond. Wait. Okay, then I think I'll start dengan convertible bond je lah straight. Tak ingat lah. You pun tak ingat. But anyway,
exercise 1.
Selesai satu oh. Mana ni all of this tak buat lagi lah. All these current yields, YTM, YTC ni tak discuss lagi.
Kalau tengok note saya sebelum ni saya sampai tu dah valuation analysis tu selepas exercise 1
Ni je.
tu.
This one ni.
Ya betul.
Dan sebab cakap kalau tak I skip je ni tadi. But anyway, ada lagi yang try nak masuk ni. So yeah, it will postpone sikit lah. Kita punya, kalau tengok lah. Right, so the current yield, yeah. So this is our second valuation. It's quite straightforward to measure what will be the current dividend ataupun what will be the, not dividend lah, in this case interest, what will be the current interest return for the investor, okay, in the measurement of current yields. So the formula for this current yield is based on C. If you remember last week, C refers to the coupon rate multiplied with, okay, C is coupon rate multiplied with par value. Okay, so you're gonna get the annual income, and then we divide with the current price. Okay, current price of the bond. Okay, very straightforward, and the answer will be in percentage. So please multiply with 100. So for example, like this, a 5% coupon for a 10-year bond, okay, with 2 years remaining to maturity, okay, and the current price is 800 ringgit. Okay, find the nominal and also the current yields. Okay, based on the formula for the second one, we know about current yield. But what is nominal yield? Okay, nominal yield, okay, nominal yield is actually equals to the bond rates. Okay, bond rates. So technically you don't have to calculate anything. So the bond rate is actually 5%. Okay, 5%. So NY ataupun nominal yield is actually 5%. So you don't have to calculate. This is actually 5%. Okay, but for current yields, it is actually based on coupon. So the coupon is 5%. So 5% times 1,000 is 50 ringgit. And the current price is 800 ringgit. Give me 1 second. Okay, ada kalau emergency tapi sebab hujan Give me 2 minutes 2 minutes. Okay, sorry about that. So ni tadi macam mana? Current yield 50 by 800. So you have here around 6.25%. Okay, so what I can conclude here, whenever the price of the bond goes below 1,000 ringgit ataupun below the par value, our current yield will be more than the nominal yield. Okay, so whenever the market price is below the par value, which is below 1,000, the rates ataupun the current yield will be more than the nominal yield. So bayangkan kalau dia above, so if the price is above the par value, so our current yield will be lower than the nominal yield. Okay, so this is our second measurement. Okay, second measurement. The third one, okay, based on YTM, yield to maturity.
Sir, sorry, tanya nominal NY tu memang confirm 5% sahajalah.
It's not 5% lah. Based on this question, 5% lah. But the nominal E is basically what is the bond rates. Okay, bond rate tu lah nominal yield. So for example, kalau soalan macam ni So ni coupon dia 9.5 kan. So this is the nominal yield 9.5%. Okay, this is 9%, this is 8%. So that's nominal yield. Yield is equivalent to the bond rates. Okay, but for current yield, then we have to calculate based on the current price. Because kalau kita ambil the coupon rate ataupun ni we divide with the par value, obviously it will be the nominal yield. So nominal yield sebenarnya is C divided by par value sebenarnya lah. Okay, which is you don't have to calculate pun, which is the bond rate itself. Okay, so that's current yield. The third one, yield to maturity ataupun YTM. So this would be the formula. So actually, there's a few items that we need to find. First is the coupon, C again, similar like our VB before. Kalau you ingat VB sebelum ni we have this C divided by M. If it's M ni only applicable kalau dia anything other than annually. Kalau dia semi-annually, then dia baru take effect. The purpose kat situ lah. But or else, you can ignore the M kat situ. So C is the coupon. Okay, obviously to get C is coupon rate multiplied with the par value. Okay, plus PV is the par value, which is 1,000 ringgit, minus the market price. And again, if you recall, I check out market price, it can be at premium or discounts, which is higher or lower than 1,000 ringgit. And we divide PV minus MP ini with the N. N refers to how many years left until maturity. Okay, N refers how many years left until maturity. Not the original amount, not the original amount of bond, but how many years left until maturity. So, for example, if we have a 10-year bond like this, so obviously it will mature in 10 years' time. If we are here, if we are in year 0, I had to explain it last week, but anyway, if the bond was issued, let's say 3 years ago, like so the M, the maturity itu bukanlah 10 years in total because we already shift from today to 3 years later. Okay, kat sini. So therefore, the N, kalau kita nak calculate, N is just the remaining years, which is in this case 7 years. 7. So technically, N refers how many years left until the maturity. So you need to identify yourself based on question whether it's now or something ataupun somewhere in the future. Okay, so that's N, and we divide with the average of price between par value and the market price. So like I said, we only need 4 items here. The coupon, okay, the par value is always 1,000, the market price, and then the N. Okay, and then the information kita repeat balik dekat bawah ni. Okay, and as I said, this is the average, so that's why kita bahagi 2. Now, so question number 1, exercise 3 ni. Bond AAA was issued 6 years ago with 10 years maturity. Right, so if we put it in perspective, it is a 10 years maturity bond, but it was issued 6 years ago. So meaning, if 6 years ago, you are here in the 6th year. All right, so to find N, the difference is only 4 years. So don't use 10 years and don't use 6 years, lagilah salah kan. So the years left to maturity from year 6 until year 10 is just 4 years. So that's because of that, the N is equivalent to 4. Okay, the coupon rate is 10%. Then we know already our C berapa. And currently selling at 900 ringgit, and this is our market price. So calculate the yield to maturity for this bond. So for YTM, okay, so the coupon is 10%. So 10% times 1,000, it's 100 ringgit. Okay, don't forget to put plus. And the par value is 1,000. Current market price is 900 ringgit. And we divide with N. And the N we define as 4 years. Okay, and we divide everything here by 1000 plus 900 divided by 2. So based on this, 1000 minus 900 is 100 divided by 4 plus 100, and we divide with 9 divided by 2. So we have here 13.16%. So this is the value of yield to maturity for this bond. Okay, so yeah, so meaning if we buy the bond now at 900 ringgit and we keep it until maturity, so the level of returns for us would be around 13.16%. So it's slightly higher than the 10% coupon. Okay, so that's YTM. Okay, so for number 2, nanti you try on your own lah. So that's how we solve YTM. So the tricks, or maybe the trap that you need to beware of is this timeline when it was issued. Either kalau dia tak mention issued 6 years ago, then we use the full one. We assume they just issued this. Okay, but for this question, they dah mention it was issued 6 years ago. Right, so you are not here. You are not during the launch of the bond. It was issued way back 6 years ago. So you need to be careful with that scenario. Okay, kita akan buat more exercise based on past year. Ni just nak show example je. And the fourth one is Ytc To Call. Okay, and if you remember, one of the features of bond is callability, meaning the issuer can call the bond before it's mature. All right, so based on this formula, you can see closely, it's quite similar like our YTM just now. Okay, we still have coupon, but instead of par value, we use the call price. So what is call price? Call price refers to par value plus with the premium. Okay, premium of the call. So meaning whenever issuer needs to call back the bond, they have to pay compensation. Okay, and the compensation is the premium. Okay, so when combined with the par value of 1000, that's what we got for call price. So the call price usually will be higher than 1000 ringgit. And we minus again with market price. Okay, minus with market price. And we divide with N. Okay, so N for YTC is slightly different from N as before. Okay, that's why sometimes I rather use NC kat sini. Okay, NC refers to years to maturity until call. Okay, kalau ni tadi years until maturity for YTM, but for YTC, the N ataupun the NC here refers to how many years left to call. Okay, ataupun dia panggil sini first call date lah. Okay, how many years left until the first call date. Okay, and we divide with similar numerator, the average prices of call price and the market price, divide by 2. Okay, so let's look at this example number 4. A 10% coupon bond with a par value of 1000 matures in 13 years. So if you draw a timeline, it will mature in 30 years time. Okay, it is currently selling at 920, so this is our market price. And despite of that, the issuer may expect to call back the bond after the 8 years. Okay, so maknanya in the 8 years, they can call here. So this mature, mature. And there's no indication that it was issued long time ago. Okay, dia tak ada mention it was issued 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, tak ada. So we're gonna assume it's here. All right, and the call price is this much. Okay, sebab dia akan call back after 8 years at RM1,100. So this is our call price. So determine yield to call ataupun YTC for this bond. Okay, so similar like YTM, we're going to see the coupon of 10%, which is RM100. The call price is 1,100 and the market price is 920. Okay, and our NC dalam case ni, maturity anti-call, years anti-call is 8 years. So you're gonna divide by 8 here. It's not 13, 13 so for maturity, but for call, it's until the 8th year. Ni tadi, 8 years. And we divide everything by 1,000 plus 920 divide 1,000, 1,100, sorry, this is 1,100. 1,100 divided by 2. Okay, call price, not par value. Call price minus the market price. So 1,100 minus 920 divided by 8 plus 100 and we divide with 10. So we have here 12.13%. Okay, 12.13%. And this would be the rate of return for YTC until it's called. So meaning if they invest now and suddenly in 8th year, the issuer call. So the returns ataupun the rates of return for the investor would be 12.13%. So dia akan calculate sampai sini je lah, sampai di 8th year, and the total returns for the whole process would be 12.13%. Okay, so that's
so macam yang kalau call ni kita based on dia punya kata kunci callback on bond after X, ambil X year terus.
The key is the word call ni.
Oh, okay, so kita ambil X year. Kalau yang sebelum ni kita kena issue tu kena tolak dengan maturity years tu, betul tak?
For example lah, untuk soalan ni I add similar like this question tadi. Macam ni I boleh tambah je kat sini. Contohnya mature in 13 years. Currency. Okay, katakanlah bond with par value matures in 30 years, was issued 2 years ago. I tambah tu je. It was issued 2 years ago. So automatically your position is not here. It was issued 2 years ago, so you akan ada kat sini. You akan shift ke sini, so you'll be in the second year. Sebab dia issued 2 years ago kan. So the dimension of this akan berubah. So your maturity akan tinggal 11 tahun. So kalau you nak calculate YTM, your N is 11 years instead of 13 years. And for your call, okay, walaupun originally it's 8 kan kita buat kat sini, tapi since it was issued 2 years ago, your call pun akan berubah. Your NC ataupun your N untuk call ni will left with only 6 years. Betul tak? So from second year until the 8th year tinggal 6 tahun je. So obviously you will change your formula kat dalam ni. So first, yes, call tu akan menentukan kita nak cari YTC. Even the question pun suruh cari YTC. Next, you need to identify the position ni. Are you in the launch year or somewhere in the future? Okay, bukanlah dia berlaku in the future. I mean, it means first dia akan explain the whole structure of the bond. Tapi dia akan explain whether it's currently released ataupun it was issued few years before. So that's things yang you kena aware lah, kena beware and aware juga. Okay, so this is a comprehensive exercise lah, I can say comprehensive exercise. Dia ada semua yang kita dah learn so far. Perhaps in, I don't know, 3 minutes, can you try to answer 3 minutes, 5 minutes lah. 5 minutes, try to answer this all 5. It's a 7% bond, 15-year bond. in total with 5 years left to maturity. The bond is now selling at 980. Can be called back after 8 years. At 950. So this is the call price. And the bond is compounded annually, right? Soalan ni tak berapa bagus lah sebenarnya. Maybe kita just skip ni lah, tak payah buat benda ni. Kita tengok pasir lagi bagus kot. So let's try some pasir question. So the latest pasir yang kita ada semenjak, you know, since online ni, with online learning and whatnot ni. This was the last final exam. Last semester kita ada final, kita panggil dia final assessment. The previous from that, tak ada final pun. Okay, so last semester kita ada final assessment. So this year, we might have another final assessment. But anyway, let's try to look for question related to bond. Okay, so first question ni memang always convertible bond. Kita tak buat lagi, so skip this one first. Kita cek lagi, kita akan go through. Kita kena cari soalan yang melibatkan bond. Okay, untuk soalan number 4 here, 4A, this is related to VB. Okay, the question asks us to find the value of each bond. Okay, so value of each bond ni I tak nak buat lah sebab kita dah discuss last week or 2 weeks ago. So kita try cari soalan lain. Okay, so for December 2019 itu je soalan dia. So there's not much things to do for December 2019. So let's try look for June 2019 pula. So for VB, I tak nak buat, I just nak fokus kalau ada soalan for current yield, YTM and YTC je. Tak ada ke? Soalan for this semester, June, they just ask you about teori tadi akan nampak ni. What does it mean by bond sales at discount and premium? It's very straightforward. Discount means the price is lower than 1,000, premium, the price is higher than 1,000 ringgit. Okay. But there's no calculations involved. Okay, and again, this soalan teori, what would be the call provisions and need to call in bond investment. Okay. There's no calculations, okay? Tapi kita skip June 2019. We go to December 2018. Hopefully ada soalan kat dalam ni. Okay, yeah, we have this one. Question number 4, December 2018. We have all three in this one question. Mega Berhad has a 15-year bond currently selling at 90% of his par value. Okay, so we need to find our own market price. 10% coupon, semi-annually. Okay, so the M is very crucial because M equals to 2 dalam case ni. The bond was issued 5 years ago. Okay, so we have to shift our positions. And the company, we call the bond after 7 years at the price of 1,100. So this is our call price. Okay, so to put, every time you look for this kind of question, okay, especially if there has some adjustment that we need to make, better to put it in perspective in a timeline. Okay, originally it's a 15-year bond. Okay, this is original. Okay, and the bond was issued 5 years ago. So you know yourself will be in the 5th year. Okay, because they issued 5 years ago, kan. So you are here in year number 5. We know it mature in 15 years. So technically the end is 15 from 5th year until 15 here. We know the end for maturity is 10 years. Okay, 10 years. That's one thing. The company we call the bond after the 7th year. So 7th year, dia akan call. So dia akan call kat sini. Okay, so originally your NC ataupun yalah untuk call tu will be 7 years. But since we are in the 5th year, so our NC left only for 2 years. Okay, so this is for YTC. And remember, bila ada M, dia akan implicates to N and to your coupon as well. And one more thing here, coupon is 10%, okay. The selling price, so this is a market price. The market price is 90% of its par value. So our market price is 900 ringgit lah. 90% of 1,000 is 900 ringgit. Okay, so once we have defined all the information, okay, we have our N and NC, we have market price, we have the call price of 1,100, and we have the C with M that we need to adjust. Then we can answer our question. So first is YTM. Okay, so the coupon is 10%, so 10% by 1,000 is 100 ringgit. Okay, but since this is semi-annually, so 100 ringgit divided by 2 is 50 ringgit lah. So you boleh letak 100 divided by 2 kat sini, or you can put 50 straight away. And then we divide with the par value of 1,000. Okay, and the market price is 900 ringgit. And the N, based on our estimation ataupun based on our timeline just now, is 10 years. So letak situ 10 years. Okay, and the rest will be the same lah. Space pula lah. So 1,000 plus 900 is 1,009 kan. Just put 1,009 divided by 2 kat sini. Okay, where I get this 1,009 is 1,000 plus 900 kan. Formula dia 1,000 plus 900 divided by 2. And both based on this, 100 divided by 10 plus 50 divided by so the rate is 6.32%. Okay, so this is the YTM, yield to maturity, based on the semi-annual, 6.32%. Okay. All right, so that's YTM. So the next question, okay, justify your answer. Okay, justify your answer whether investors should or should not buy this bond if the required rate of return is 8%. All right. So for this question, since the marks is only 2 marks, right? So we have multiple things that we can do to justify. Since we had already calculated the YTM of 6.2%, Okay, 6.32%. You can use this, okay, to justify your selection. Okay, so this is the yield ataupun the returns if you wait until maturity. And if your required rate of return is 8%, would you buy or not? Imagine kalau you invest, you dapat 6%, tapi your requirement is 8%. So would you buy? So the answer, no. Not buy. Okay, do not buy the bond. Reason why? Because the YTM is less than your K. Your required rate of return is 8%. So your return that you get from investment in apa nama ni, bond will be lesser than your K. Okay, as simple as that lah. So next is YTC. Yield to call. So for yield to call, pretty much the same as before. So I'm going to put 50 now, 50 ringgit, plus with the call price is 1,100 ringgit. And the market price is 900 ringgit. And we divide by 2. Okay, because we have 2 years left until it's called. Okay, and it's 1,100 plus 900 divided by 2. All right, so for this, 1,100 minus 900, 200 divided by 2 plus 50 and divided by 1,000. So it's 15%. Okay, for call. Okay, I lupa je. Ni kita patut darab 2 juga. This is supposed to by 4. Okay, sorry about that. So this is semi-annual. Okay, so this one kita dah divide by 2, but for 2, we have to multiply by M as well, which is 2. So 200 divided by 4 just now, plus 50. And we divide with 1,000. Okay, let me double check.
Sir,
Ya.
YTM tu kena darab 2 juga tak?
Macam mana?
YTM.
Ni tadi, ni berapa yang letak? Ni kita dah multiply ke? Oh, ni pun patutnya darab 2 juga ni, sepatutnya. So this supposed to times 2 as well. Sorry about that. So kena recalculate balik lah ni. This is not the answer then. Okay, kita reverse balik. 1,000 minus 900 divided by 20 plus 50. And we divide with 9 divided by 2. So here is supposed to be 5.79%. Okay, 5.79%. Okay, so for YTC pula, 200 divided by 4 plus 50 divided by 1,000. So here you get 10%. Similar like our coupon, 10% for Ytc To Call. Okay. And for current yield, CY, CY is the coupon. Okay, for current yield, the coupon tu must, walaupun ni semi-annual, but the formula required the annual coupon. So the annual coupon is 100 ringgit. So don't divide by 2. Like this one. The current yield, C, is based on annual interest. So even though it's semi-annual, we're going to use the full coupon rate. So in this case, it's RM100 lah. And the current price, again, is RM900. So the current yield is 11.11%. Okay, so yeah, this is the answer. So for this semester, it's quite a lot lah. So 3 plus 2. So ada 10 marks just for bonds valuation. Okay, so that's our first section of bond actually, the valuation. So we have, I recap, we have the value of bond, we have the current yield, we have YTM, yield to maturity, and we also have Ytc, yield to call. Okay, so next one. So this is more important sebenarnya, because if based on past year, this subtopic, convertible bond, will appear in question number 1 every year ataupun every semester. For every past year questions, kalau you buka question number 1, it's all about convertible bond. Okay, and what does it mean by convertible bond? It is a type of bond that allow the investor of bond, okay, to convert their bondholder status into shareholders. So meaning they swap ataupun they exchange the bond into the shares. All right, and obviously when we talk about convertible bond, it is not a compulsory punya exercise. This is all depends on the investor lah, whether they want to convert or not. So they give you an option whether to convert ataupun tidak. So convertible bond is a bond issue that can be converted into common stocks ataupun shares, and is usually issued as a debenture or long-term corporate notes. Okay, and if you invest in convertible bond, it gives investor the option. Okay, the keyword is option. It's not compulsory. It's option to convert the bond into common stock. Okay, so obviously there will be pros and cons lah why you want to exchange. Okay, sebab kalau you bondholders, you are external parties. You just as a person yang invest externally. Okay, you are merely a creditor. Okay, tapi kalau you swap your position as a shareholders, you are part of the owners of the company. Obviously, ada advantages juga lah, but at the same time, obviously ada disadvantages as well. Okay, for example, kalau bond, your return will be fixed. You akan guaranteed your return. Tapi kalau shareholders, the returns are not guaranteed. Okay, not guaranteed. So there's a possibility that your return might be lower than the bond punya returns, or even there's no return at all. Okay. Okay, so that's the risk that you need to take lah kalau you convert. Okay, so what are the features of convertible bond? So in terms of the par value, we're going to assume the same thing as normal bond, which is RM1,000. Okay, RM1,000. Normal bond ni sometimes kita panggil dia straight bond. Okay, kalau convertible, dia boleh convert. Kalau straight bond meaning you cannot convert. Okay, so convertibility, yes, you can convert into stocks. And we have the conversion period. Okay, dia takkan last sampai mature lah. There will be a conversion period that will allow you to convert. Okay, so if you pass the conversion period, you lost the opportunity. So you akan remain as bondholders sampai mature lah. Okay, remember for stocks, we don't have maturity for stocks. Tapi for bonds, we have maturity 10 years, 15 years, whatever. So if you don't convert within the conversion period, let's say you boleh convert during the 5th year katakan. So kalau you miss ataupun you tak convert during that time, you cannot convert in the future. So you're gonna remain as bondholders until it's mature. Okay, so advantages for investor is sometimes better investment as compared to normal bond. Okay, and you can convert your status lah from creditor into the owner of the company. So as an owner, you akan enjoy a few more perks lah. Like I said lah, walaupun the returns are not guaranteed, but there's a chance for you to get higher returns if your company is good and the returns might be higher than bond. Okay, especially when the profit is high. Okay, itu kelebihan dia lah. But in terms of disadvantages, sometimes the rate untuk coupon ni might be lower than normal bond. Okay, and there's a possibility that the market price of common stock did not go beyond the conversion price. Okay, one of the key features in convertible bond is the conversion price. So conversion price is the price that you have to pay to convert. Okay, you bukan convert free. In order to convert from bond holders to common stocks, you have to pay. And you have to pay what we call as conversion price. This exercise, okay, yang conversion ni will be kita panggil attractive kalau conversion price lagi murah daripada market price. Let's say conversion price RM1 katakanlah and currently in the market dia jual 250 katakanlah 250. So what does it mean? If I want to buy the stocks, I have to pay 250. Okay, in the market I pergi counter ataupun bukan counter lah. If I check online katakan harga dia sekarang RM2.50. So if I want to buy that stocks, I have to pay 250 per unit. But as a convertible bond holders, I can buy the bond at RM1 because the conversion price is only RM1 katakan. So this is attractive. I boleh beli pada harga lagi murah daripada market. Okay. However, it's possible that the market price dia tak lebih daripada harga RM1 ni. Okay, ada possibility that way. So meaning instead of 250 katakanlah, market price dia 80 sen katakanlah, 80 cents. If you want to convert, you have to pay RM1. Okay, might as well you beli dekat market je 80 sen daripada you convert to pay extra kan. So this is the possible that can become a disadvantage kat you lah as a convertible bond holders. Okay, so making a conversion is unattractive. Okay, so that's for investor. Now, untuk convertible bond, there are a few things that we have to find, we have to calculate. Right, so these are the formulas. Ada berapa? Ada a few lah. Ada sama banyak. Ada up until 6 actually. Here we go one by one. The first one is the conversion ratio. So conversion ratio here refers to the number of units of shares that you can convert. All right, so how to find conversion ratio? It's based on par value. So what will be the par value? Remember, par value is RM1,000. Okay, and we divide with conversion price. Okay, conversion price. So in order to find conversion ratio, syarat dia we have conversion price in the question. Okay, then we can calculate the conversion ratio. So you're going to get a conversion ratio in times, 20 times, 50 times, whatever lah. So the ratio indicates how many units of shares that you can buy. Okay, and the opposite of conversion ratio is conversion price. Okay, if you see the formula, they interchange from one to another. So meaning if you have conversion price in the question, then we can find conversion ratio. And if the question gives you conversion ratio in the question, then we can find the conversion price. Okay, so for number 1 and number 2, yeah, they have to give you either one in order for you to find the other one. Okay, because the information will rely on the other information. Okay, so for example, if you want to find conversion ratio, we need to know the conversion price, and vice versa. If you want to find the conversion price, we need to have the conversion ratio. Okay, that's one thing. Before I explain about number 3, dia ada satu alternative way, okay, of finding conversion price. So this is also a typical question. Instead of they give you conversion price straight away, conversion price is RM12 contohnya, they can give you in this way. They use the premium and discount term as well. So kalau you ingat sebelum ni, when I said premium, it means the price is above the market price. Kalau the discount, the price is lower than the market price ataupun par value before this. So example like this, conversion price, okay, soalan pasal conversion price, Once you have the conversion price, then baru kita boleh calculate the conversion ratio. So conversion price is at premium of 20%. So this is the level of premium, 20%. And currently the common stocks are trading at 18 ringgit. Okay, so maknanya kat sini, the conversion price is mahal, premium, 20%, then 18 ringgit. So technically, to find the conversion price, it will be 18 ringgit of current price. You multiply with 1.2. Okay, why 1.2? Is 20%, so 20% is 0.2. The premium is 0.2, and you add with 1. Okay, you add with 1, so you get, it becomes 1.2. So 18 times 1.2, it's 21 ringgit and 60 cents. So this is the conversion price. So once you have this conversion price, then baru boleh calculate conversion ratio. Okay. Similarly, kalau dia guna the words discount. Okay, discount just like a normal discount lah. Kalau you pergi, I don't know, department store mana-mana, you find any interesting things, and dia kata discount 30% katakan. So it's the same thing. Katakanlah conversion price is at a discount of 30%, which is currently selling at 18 ringgit. Okay, I tukar discount of 30%. So if it's discount, we're gonna minus. So 1 minus discount is 70%. Okay, 1 minus 30% is 70%. So 70% darab dengan 18. So it will be 18 times 0.7. So the conversion price will be 12 ringgit and 60 cents. Okay, kalau dia discount 30%. So this is another way ataupun alternative way to find conversion price if the question set up something like this. They use the word premium or discount. Okay, so this is how we find it lah. So once you have this conversion price, then we can calculate the conversion ratio. Okay, so number 3, we have conversion value. So to find conversion value, we need the conversion ratio, right? And we multiply with the current price of the stock, not the bond, current price of the stocks. So this is the value of conversion from issuer's point of view. Okay, that's number 3, conversion ratio. Now we're going to talk about premium, conversion premium. So we have 3 premiums kat sini, conversion premium. 1 in ringgit, 1 in percentage, 1 per share basis. And if you look at the similarity between all, okay, ada satu persamaan dia, which is based on conversion price minus market price. Okay, walaupun ada alternative way how to find, but for me, I always use this one lah, conversion price minus market price. Okay, so for conversion premium in ringgit, so we can use conversion price, okay, based on this one tadi, conversion price minus the market price, multiply with conversion ratio. Okay, conversion ratio. Okay, or alternatively, you can use par value, which is 1000 minus conversion value. Conversion value is based on number 3 tadi, yang ni. Okay, so you can use either one. For conversion premium percentage, okay, still we can use conversion price minus market price, but now we divide with the market price. Okay, so it's much easier to remember this one actually. Or alternatively, you can use the first formula here, conversion premium in ringgit, which is we have to calculate this first, and then we divide with the conversion value. Okay, so for me personally, I'm going to use the second one actually. It's much easier because we can use the same information, and all of this information can get it from the question ataupun the very beginning of the question. Okay, ataupun nak dapat conversion premium per share basis, simply take conversion price minus market price. Okay, without divide by anything, without multiply by anything. Okay, so like I said, it's easier to remember this. Conversion price minus market price, dapat conversion premium per share. If you divide by market price, you're going to get commission premium in percentage. But if you multiply by commission ratio, you're going to get commission premium in ringgit. Okay. Next one. Okay, this is actually the most important part of all. Okay, sebab kalau tadi ni semua, setiap satu ni mungkin the marks will be around 2 marks each. But for this side, okay, the effects to earning, when the effects on earning, there are 4 scenarios here. There are 4 scenarios. And the ones on the left here, ataupun the one yang you nampak ni, from EBIT until the EPS, this is actually partial income statement. Okay, this is a partial income statement. When I say partial, it means not the whole income statement, tapi partial, separuh, sebahagian daripada income statement. And we start with earning before interest and taxes. Okay, so the format is actually income statement. Okay, so when we talk about effects on earnings, we are actually trying to identify the net income and the most important of all, the measurement of earning per share. Okay, the effects towards earning per share. So as I said, we have 4 scenarios. I'll label this is scenario number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So what does it mean by scenario number 1, before financing? When we said before financing, it means before the issuance of convertible bond. Okay, before the issuance of convertible bond. Apa tiba-tiba 10% ni? Baru keluar sekarang. Anyway. So I said before financing, it means before the issuance of convertible bond. So I want you to recall balik how this convertible bond works. Okay, imagine like this. The company needs money. Okay, needs money. Then what they do, they issue convertible bond. Bond ni macam normal bond, cuma dia boleh convert into shares. So bila they issue bond, the issuer get money and investor get the certificate in the form of convertible bond. Alright, and this bond now has conversion features. Okay, so once dia dah issue, kalau before financing maksud sebelum issue but once they issue, dia akan masuk stage before conversion. So what does it mean? Bila dia dah issue, every certificate holders yang kita bagi tadi still remain as bond holders. Still remain as bond holders. Okay, before conversion. So maksud everyone still remain as bond holders. So bila kita cerita pasal bond holders, we need to pay interest. Okay, so therefore we have to pay interest lah to the bond holders in full, in total. The third scenario, portion ataupun partial conversion. So when we said partial conversion, bermaksud akan ada separuh shareholders akan remain as bondholders and some dah convert into shareholders. Okay, hence the name partial ataupun portion. Okay, so soalan akan mention lah berapa persen yang convert. Okay, let's say lah 40% katakan 40% conversion. So when we say 40% conversion, out of 100%, 40% dah jadi shareholders. The remaining 60% still bondholders. So therefore, what's the implication? There will be some implication towards your interest. The payment of interest will not be in total ataupun in full. But when you have issued shares kepada yang dah convert, you're going to have a new shareholders. So number of shares ni akan berubah.
So nak tanya lah.
Ya.
Kan waktu diorang nak issuekan bond, investor dia dah bagi money dekat yang company yang issuekan bond tu kan. Lepas tu investor yang nak tukar kepada stock, dia mesti kena guna duit juga ke atau dia tolak daripada certificate tu?
Dia kena guna duit sendiri lah, pay for the conversion price.
So dia punya return daripada bond tu still ada lagi ke tak walaupun dia dah tukar ke
so
stock?
this is why kita nak cakap ni, kalau dia dah opt for conversion, maknanya dia dah jadi shareholder sekarang ni, so return dia sebagai bondholders dah tak ada dah. Dia tak akan terima interest anymore. The coupon ni dah tak terima dah. Because dia dah jadi shareholder sekarang. So dia dah, orang kata, let go dia punya title dia sebagai bondholder, so therefore dia dah eliminate dia punya kupon punya kupon punya return tu lah, dia akan let go that position. But now dia akan terima kita panggil dividend lah, sebab dia dah jadi shareholders kan, so dia are entitled for dividend. Okay, tapi kalau dia remain as a bondholders, so tak ada yang berubah lah, dia still akan terima kupon as before. Okay, so dia ada satu lagi scenario dengan assumption that everyone convert. So meaning there's no more bondholders, every bondholders earlier dah jadi shareholders. So itu kita panggil full conversion. Okay, itu kita panggil full conversion. So now kita nak tengok the impact. Dia ada impact ataupun effect kepada a few things. Number one, in terms of earning before interest and taxes. You nampak kat sini dia guna old, new. So what's the difference between all of this? Assumptions when we issue convertible bond, okay, bila kita issue convertible bond, dia akan assume that the earning before interest and taxes dia akan meningkat. It will be some increments with regards to earning before interest and taxes. You can find this in the question. So when we say old dengan new ni, so meaning when we want to calculate the effects based on before financing, we're going to use the original one. Tapi the rest, we're going to use the expected one. Okay, even before conversion. Maksud once they issue je, kita guna earning before interest and taxes yang baru, the new one. Okay, that's number one. And the second effect will be on the interest. Okay, I nak remind you balik how it works. First, before financing, maksudnya dia belum issue any bond yet. So bila dia tak perlu bayar bond, bila dia tak issue bond lagi, so meaning there's no interest needs to be paid. So that's why interest expenses dia kosong, no interest, because it's before issuance of convertible bond, right? But once they issue bond, they have to pay interest, the coupon. So the interest expenses akan ada coupon kat sini. So how to find is coupon rate darab dengan funds required. Okay, so meaning in total dia kena bayar full amounts for the ataupun before the conversion. But once ada yang convert, okay, once ada conversion, so meaning kita ada 40% share, so meaning the leftovers ataupun remaining will be 60% kan. So the remaining ones, still kita kena bayar diorang coupon, interest. So for this part, for partial conversion, the amount of interest that they have to pay is based on the remaining portion saja. So we're going to calculate based on the total amount, and then we just pay based on the remaining. Ni example 40-60, tak semestinya always 40-60, can be 30-70, 20-80, 10-90, whatever the rates, depends on the question. Okay, so whatever yang portion yang convert, we know the remaining akan yang tinggal lah. Okay, and once everyone convert, so kita dah tak ada bondholders. So bila dah tak ada bondholders, we don't have to pay interest anymore. So that's why the first and the fourth one, kita tak ada interest needs to be paid. Okay, ni sebelum issue bond, memang tak ada interest. And this one, bila bondholders dah tak ada, semua dah jadi shareholders. So we don't have to pay interest anymore. So that's the impact in terms of interest. So the EBT, the tax ni minus interest, we get EBT. Then minus the tax rates, we have to calculate the tax. Then kita dapat net income. Okay, so this net income ada dua level. Okay, first, if there's any dividend payable to preferred stockholders. So ni case to case based on question. Okay, preferred stockholders, the returns are fixed, similar like common stocks. Similar like bond. Okay, so dividend dia akan kekal setiap tahun. So if there's any preferred stockholders dividend in the question, you're going to minus setiap satu. And this amount will be constant regardless of the situation sebab dividend dia fix. So kalau ada, you minus dulu after net income, minus dividend to preferred stockholders if any, then baru kita dapat the real net income ataupun untung yang bersih selepas tolak dividend to preferred stockholders. So this net income after dividend to preferred stockholders, we're going to divide with the number of common shares ataupun selalunya kita letak NOSO lah, number of shares outstanding. So again, this ada kena mengena dengan the the bond issuance. Okay, so I go back to the scenarios. Scenarios number 1, before financing, maknanya before convertible bond. Okay, before convertible bond, kita akan gunakan original number of shares sebab tak ada perubahan dari segi number of shares. Okay, bond tak ada, number of shares pun tak ada berubah. Okay, before financing. That's why we use old shares. But before conversion, okay, convertible bond sudah di-issue. It's been issued already. So meaning 100% convertible bondholders. So therefore, is there any changes to number of stocks outstanding? Again, there's no changes because everyone still remain as bondholders. So therefore, kita akan still gunakan number of shares outstanding yang lama. Right, because we don't have any new shares being issued. Okay, but the new shares will appear once ada conversion. Once under conversion. So for example, I letak tadi 40%. Let's say 40% have been converted into shareholders. So therefore, akan ada new shares needs to be issued. So how to find the number of new shares? Okay, it is based on old one. Okay, plus the new one. So to find the new one is based on amount to be raised. Okay, berapa amount yang akan di-issue. Divide by conversion price. Okay, divide by conversion price. And we multiply with the percentage of conversion. So kalau 40%, daratlah 40%. Because kalau you tak darat conversion, funds to be raised divide by conversion price, this is the whole amount of shares, new shares yang akan di-issue. Macam yang last one ni. Okay, last one ni kita tak payah darat apa-apa sebab this is after full conversion. So meaning, this is the maximum number of shares will be issued. So kalau katakanlah you dapat 10,000 kat sini. Ada 10,000 new shares. So kalau 40% yang convert, maknanya 40% daripada 10,000 je yang akan di-issue. Okay, if you still blur ataupun tak faham, tak apa, just follow me through je lah. I will show you how to calculate later. Right, and for final conversion ataupun after full conversion, we're going to issue the total amount of new shares. Okay, without multiply with the percentage of conversion. Okay, so for EPS, we just simply take net income ataupun net profit bahagi dengan respective common shares. Okay, dan kita akan dapatlah the EPS. So as a recap, macam mana nak tulis kat sini For before financing, it will be zero bond, okay, zero stocks yang baru. So there's no interest, there's no shares yang baru. Okay, because we don't issue anything yet, so there'll be no bondholders, and obviously there's no shareholders yang baru before financing. But once they issue convertible bond, we're gonna have 100% bondholders. Okay, and again, there's no shareholders yang baru. Okay, that's why we still use the old shareholders, but now we have to pay interest because we have issued convertible bond. So we have to pay interest in full 100% because everyone is bondholders. Okay, but for the third scenario, now kita dah ada split between bondholders dengan shareholders because dah ada yang convert. Meaning ada yang dah ada yang exercise dia punya option tu. So let's say I use 40-60 so meaning 40% dah convert into shares, 60% remain as bondholders. So untuk scenario yang ni, it will be 60% contoh je 60% bond and 40% shares. So what happened? 60% ni kita kena bayar interest. That's why we multiply with the remaining portion which is 60%. And for the 40% ni akan ada conversion. So akan ada conversion kat bawah ni lah. So meaning there will be additional shares will be issued. Okay, based on this formula. And finally, for the fourth scenario, there will be 0% bondholders. So there will be no more bondholders. So that's why we don't have to pay any interest anymore. Tetapi now we're going to have a full 100% new shareholders. So that's why the number of shares will be at maximum. All plus with the new one yang dalam bracket ni lah. Alright. And we have to go through one by one in order to get the earning per share. So these are the stages as I said tadi before financing, maknanya before the issue convertible bond, lepas tu after the issue convertible bond tapi tak ada conversion lagi, before conversion. And then the third stage, partial conversion. And last one, they're gonna have a full conversion. Okay, ni semua ada cerita tadi you boleh baca balik lah later on. Okay, so the impact again based on the interest payment sebab ada coupon tadi and based on number of stocks. Okay. The crucial part is actually number 3 and number 4 ni sebab for number 3 bila partial interest payment akan reduce because dah ada yang berubah, dah ada yang convert, and number stock will increase because of the conversion tadi, and after full conversion there will be no interest but everyone dah eliminate as a bondholders tapi dia akan convert into stocks. Okay, I'm not going to use this nanti jawapan kat belakang ni nanti you can try again kalau tak faham, but let's try we go back to December 2019 dulu lah. Okay, kalau ada masa kita try other question juga. Okay, so for convertible bond is always the first question, always. Okay, so berapa makan? 5, 7, 15 marks for convertible bond. So for this question, the company has decided to issue 100 million ringgit. So this is amount to be raised. Ingat tadi ada formula amount to be raised kan? So they want to raise 100 million. So amount to be raised must be in ringgit. Sometimes dia boleh gunakan in terms of values ataupun in terms of units. They want to issue 100,000 convertible bond. So kalau nak cari amount dia, kita kena darab dengan 1,000 lah sebab par value of bond is still 1,000 ringgit kan. So kalau dia bagi in units, we have to multiply with 1,000 ringgit to get it in ringgit. Anyway, so this is amount to be raised, 100 million. And then the convertible bond will pay 6%. So this is the coupon rate, 6%. And it's mature in 10 years. So this is N if we need. The conversion price is 25 ringgit. So this is conversion price, CP. Okay. The company's common share is currently selling at 15 ringgit. This is market price per share. This is for share. Operating profit, remember operating profit, 20 million. So this is earning before interest and taxes. All, okay, 20 million. And expected to increase by 20% after issuing convertible bonds. So EBIT yang new, we can increase the 20 million by 20%. 24 million. So this will be the new earning before interest and taxes. Okay, so 20 million increased by 20%. Old 20 million, new 24 million. Okay. And currently the company has 10 million shares outstanding. So this is also number of shares outstanding is 10 million units. And the tax rate is 30%. This is the tax. So based on the information given below, calculate number 1, conversion ratio. So if you remember, conversion ratio formula there is based on 1,000 ringgit, okay, par value, divide by conversion price. And our conversion price is 25 ringgit. Yeah, conversion price is 25 ringgit. So 1,000 divided by 25 ringgit. So you're going to have ratio of 40 times. So the ratio is 40 times. So meaning one bond can convert into 40 shares. Okay, so next the question asks to find the conversion premium in percentage and conversion premium in ringgit. Okay, so yang ni dengar macam ada question ke? Yes. Dah lama dah ada. So siapa yang ada tu please let Farisha know what's the WhatsApp group. So dia nak tadi conversion premium in ringgit dengan conversion premium in percentage. So both requires conversion price dengan market price. Conversion price dengan market price. So let's say kita nak cari conversion premium in percentage dulu in percentage. So the conversion price is 25 ringgit and the market price is 15 ringgit. Okay, divide by 15 ringgit times 100. Then we're going to get conversion premium in percentage. So 10 divided by 15 is 100. So it's about 66.7%. This is a conversion premium in percentage. Okay, if conversion premium in RM be 25 minus 15, but multiply with conversion ratio, which is 40. So the conversion premium 10 times 40 is 400 ringgit. RM lah. So it's in ringgit. Okay, so find next one is conversion value. Okay, conversion value. Conversion value, it will be conversion ratio. Okay, conversion ratio, which is 40, multiply with the market price. Market price is 15 ringgit. So 40 by market price. So the conversion value is 600 ringgit. Okay, 600 ringgit. That's the conversion value. All right, so last question, they asked about EPS, earning per share. But the earning per share that they want is just before conversion and full conversion. But to illustrate to you the whole 4 structures, what I'm gonna do, I can explain ataupun I will illustrate all 4 scenarios. Okay, walaupun soalan sudah cari before conversion dengan full conversion sahaja. Okay, so okay. So kita akan letak all 4 scenarios. Kita ada before financing. Okay, the first one. The second one kita ada after financing ataupun before conversion. Kita boleh guna kata before conversion. Before conversion. Okay, this is the one that they ask you to find actually before conversion. The third one is partial conversion. Let's say I letak 40% sebab soalan tak tanya, but let's say I assume 40%. Okay, and the last one is full conversion. Okay, so if the question asks us to calculate all 4 pun kita boleh buat semua dalam one go, in one table macam ni to get all answers lah. But for this case, they just actually dia tanya ni je before conversion dengan full conversion, but I'll show you all 4. Okay, dalam final ataupun dalam test betul-betul, you don't have to do all lah. Tapi just for illustration, I'm gonna show you all. Okay, in terms of the items, remember, we always starts with earning before interest and taxes. Okay, so that's why we have the operating profit here in the question. And if you recall, based on the notes tadi, the before financing kita akan gunakan the old one, but the rest we're going to use the new one ataupun the estimated one. So the original one was 20 million, the current one, but you will expect it to increase 20% after issuance. So ni sebelum issue 20 million, tapi lepas di issue dia akan increase by 20%. So what we need to do just tak adalah 20 million, 24 million, 24 million, 24 million. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, after we have earning before interest and taxes, we need to minus interest. Okay, so if you recall again, the structure of all four scenarios ni, interest akan dibayar jika ada bondholders. Okay, if there's no bondholders, there will be no interest needs to be paid. And again, if you recall, before financing and full conversion, we don't have bondholders. Ni sebelum issuance, obviously, zero interest. And after full conversion, we don't have bondholders anymore. We don't have interest juga kat sini. Okay, but for the middle ones, we have full payment of interest with partial based on remaining. So to determine how much interest needs to be paid, okay, we need to take the coupon rate, which is 6%, and we multiply with the 100 million amount to be raised. Okay, so 100 million times 6%, 6 million lah. Okay, 6 million is amount of interest that this company needs to pay every year. 6 million. Okay, 6 million ringgit. So before conversion means everyone is still bondholders, right? So we have to minus 6 million dekat sini. Okay, again, how I get this 6 million? Interest equals to the coupon rate. Coupon rate is 6%. Multiply with 100 million. What is 100 million? 100 million is the amount to be raised. Okay, kalau kita pinjam 100 juta and the return is 6% of the 100 million, so just multiply lah, then you get the 6 million. Okay, but for partial conversion, as I said, dia dah ada yang berubah kat sini, dah ada yang dah change into ataupun convert into stocks. So if 40% converted into stockholders, so yang tinggal hanyalah 60%. Okay, so out of 6 million, only 60% of it je kita kena bayar. So 60% of 6 million is 3.6 million. So the amount of interest will be reduced to 3.6 million. So how I get this 3.6 million again? It's 6 million full interest multiply with the balance ataupun the remaining portion, which is 60%. So 6 million darab 60% remaining is 3.6 million. Okay, so then kita boleh calculate EBT, earning before tax. So maknanya EBIT minus interest. So our EBT for before financing will be the same, 20 million. This is 18 million. This one, 21 4 minus 3.6. Okay, 20.4 million. And this one's still 24 million. Okay, so that's EBT, earning before tax. Next, we're gonna minus the tax pula. And the tax rate dalam soalan dia bagi 30%. Okay, the tax rate is 30%. So 20% times 20 million times 30%, 6 million lah kot. Okay, 6 million. 18 times 30%, 5.4 million. 20.4 times 30%, 6.12 million. And 24 million, we have 7.2 million. Okay, so after we minus tax, you're gonna have net income. Okay, net income. So 20 minus 6, we have 14 million. So 18 minus 5.4, 12.6 million. 20.4 minus 6.12, we're gonna have 14.28 million. 24 minus 7.2, we're gonna have 16.8 million. Okay, so this is net income based on after deducting the tax. And if you remember the notes just now, after we get the net income, we have to minus dividend to preferred stockholders, if any. Kalau they mentioned in the question, yeah. So based on this question, there's no indication of payment of dividend to preferred stockholders. Tak ada. Tak ada Just sekejap nak tunjuk contoh kalau ada dalam soalan. Okay, sekejap just give me 1 second. Contohnya macam soalan ni this is for December 2018. Dia ada 200,000 dividend paid to preferred stockholders. Okay, kalau ada information pasal ni, we have to minus from our net income. Okay, if any lah, that's why I said if any. But for this question, there's no indication about that. So there are two ways how to do this atau how to proceed. Sama ada, okay, sama ada you tolak dividend to preferred stockholders 000 and then dapat balik amount yang sama, which is for me ridiculous kalau nak tulis. Tapi kalau that's how you work, then you boleh letak. But for me, this is the final net income lah. You don't have to minus 0. Buat apa nak minus 0 lagi sebab kita tak ada dividend to preferred stockholders. Kalau ada, then you letaklah minus dividend to preferred stockholders, 200,000 each contohnya. Then kita cari net income available to common stockholders. Okay. But for this case, this is our final net income. Okay. So what we do next, lepas net income available to common stockholders, we cari the NOSO. Okay, number of shares outstanding. So the NOSO is based on, some based on old, some based on new, kan? So the old NOSO, I letak tadi, is 10 million units. Okay, this is the original one. Currently, the company has 10 million number of shares outstanding. So based on before financing, we're going to use 10 million. Because 0 bond holders, 0 shareholders. Okay. For before conversion, again, everyone is still bondholders. So our number of shares will remain the old one, 10 million. Okay, but the partial and full conversion, obviously akan ada penambahan number of shares outstanding. The original is 10 million, right? So for partial, katakan so the formula to find the number, the new number of shares, ini to find the new number of shares is based on amount to be raised bahagi dengan conversion price. So amount to be raised dia again 100 million and conversion price dia is 25 ringgit. Okay, 25 ringgit. So berapa ni? 3, 6. So we have a maximum of 4 million. Okay, 4 million kejap let me double check dulu So it's 100 million bagi dengan 25. 4 million. So we're gonna have a 4 million new shares. Okay, 4 million new shares. Okay, amount to be raised divided by conversion price. So we're gonna have a 4 million new shares. Tapi kalau itu full conversion, so for full conversion, it's actually 10 plus 4, which is 40 million. So this is very straightforward. But for partial conversion, we cannot take 4 million. Sebab 4 million tu kalau everyone convert. But in this case, just 40% converted. Okay, 40% converted. So therefore, out of 4 million for full conversion, only 40% yang convert. So therefore, we're going to have only 1.6 million new shares. So 1.6 million plus 10 million, we're going to have 11.6 million. Okay, so I recap balik tulis kat bawah ni lah bawah sikit. New shares would be based on amount to be raised, 100 million, divided by conversion price. So the conversion price is 25 ringgit. Okay, so 100 million divided by 25 ringgit, we have 4 million shares. Okay, new shares. So if everyone convert, so meaning all 100 million yang worth for bonds to convert into shares, we're going to have a 4 million additional. Okay, ni sebenarnya bukan new lah, this is additional. So new shares would be, kalau dia full conversion, will be the original 10 million, okay, plus with 4 million additional. Therefore, it's 14 million. So that's why the 40 million if it's full conversion. But when we talk about new shares for partial, so this partial is 40% kan? So the original 10 million ni, kita akan add with 4 million darab dengan yang convert saja, 40%. Okay, so here we get 11.6 million. Okay, so that's why number of shares outstanding ni, based on partial, again, this is based on 40%. So 40% share, 60% masih bond. So that's why we still pay partial the interest, but for the new shares, kita kena include yang partial convert sahaja. Okay, so once you have all of this information, then we can calculate the earning per share. So earning per share, simply net income divided by number of shares outstanding. So 14 divided by 10, it's RM 1.40. So for 12.6 divided by 10 million, it's RM 1.26. For partial conversions, it's 14.28 divided by 11.6. So RM 1.23. And finally, 16.8 divided by 14. So we have RM 1.20. Okay, so this is how it looks based on the earning per share. Okay, but the question asks for before conversion, which is this one, and the full conversion, this one. Okay, so sepatutnya 8 marks tu the 8 marks is based on this and this only. So kalau you buat semua ni, sepatutnya 16 markah lah, but don't expect 16 marks lah sebab soalan suruh buat 2 je. Okay, so this is the one yang with the most marks, the effects on the earnings. The sequence is partial income statement, as I said, but actually you just need to find based on the question lah, the scenarios. For this case, before conversion dengan full conversion. Okay, ada soalan tak ni?
Tak ada.
Okay, let's try another question. Pun dah. Ya. Dah ada WhatsApp group kan? Ke tak ada? Saya pun tak ingat. I think ada dah. We have the link. We have the group already. Ada dalam group tu. Check Ke tak ada? Return je ada. Tak ada lagi I memang tak buat pun dalam future. Anyway, I tak buat pun group tu, you all je yang buat. I ada je dalam group tu, kalau ada. So, up to you which one you want to use. I don't mind pun. So, once you have, just share with me lah. Okay, the link or so maknanya yang ada tu is group degree Degree, I ada 2 group. So, maknanya 358 ni je tak ada lagi. Anyway, let's try another question Okay, tak apa, kita try je ni, June 2019 pula. One semesters before that. Okay, for this, I want you to try this. Okay, Zillian Berhad plan to raise 15 million ringgit. So this is amount to be raised. So amount to be raised is 50 million. Par value 1,000, okay, 15 years maturity. So the coupon rate is 7%. Selling price 1,003. The conversion price is 20% below ataupun discount lah in this case of the market price of common stocks. The firm common stock are currently traded at 25 ringgit. So this is the market price. So you need to find the conversion price yourself, berapa ringgit. It's 20% discount of 25 ringgit. Company has 15 million common shares outstanding. So the NOSO number of shares outstanding is 50 million. Company expects the operating profit will go up by 2 million to 30 million. So read the question carefully. Go up by 2 million to 30 million. So what is old, what is new? Through the issuance of convertible. The tax rate is 28%. Yeah, that's about it. Cari conversion ratio. But in order to cari conversion ratio, you need to know the conversion price first. Then find the conversion value. And this is new question. Number of shares if fully converted. So this is based on amount to be raised divided by conversion price. Okay, so question number 3 ni sebenarnya kita guna formula ni amount to be raised divided by conversion price. That will be the number of shares if fully converted. And finally, find the EPS based on before conversion and again based on full conversion juga. Okay, I'll give you 15 minutes lama sangat. 10 minutes lah. 10 minutes to try this question and lepas tu kita try discuss juga. Okay, boleh tak? Okay. So for this question in June 2019, question 1.1, okay, it's about conversion ratio. But to find conversion ratio, we need to know the conversion price. So I highlighted here, we don't know the conversion price from the question, but set here, the conversion price is set at 20% below the common shares market price. So common shares market price, so nak check conversion price first. It's 25 ringgit is the current price, and we multiply with 1 minus 20% because it's below 20%. So 25, it's 20 ringgit. So the conversion price is 20 ringgit. Okay, so once we have the conversion price, then we can calculate the conversion ratio. So conversion ratio is 1000 divided by 20 ringgit. So you have here 50 shares. Okay, 50 shares. So meaning for every bond, they can convert into 50 shares, right? And that's conversion ratio. This is actually number one, conversion ratio. Number two, conversion value. Okay, conversion value, it's based on conversion ratio, 50 shares. You multiply with the conversion, based on the market price. Okay, so the market price tadi 25 ringgit. 25 ringgit. So 50 times 25 ringgit. So the conversion value is 1,250 ringgit. So that's 6 marks so far, very quick. Okay, 2, 4, and 6 marks. So the other 8 marks is based on EPS. Okay, based on before conversion and full conversion. Okay, so for this time around, I'm tak buat semua lah. I just focus on before conversion and full conversion only. So I'm going to put here before conversion and full conversion. So always starts with earning before interest and taxes. Okay, so both we're going to use the new one. All right, so what would be the new earning before interest and taxes? Based on this question, the company expect the operating profit will go up by 2 million to 30 million. So this 30 million is our new earning before interest and taxes. So meaning if you want to use the old one, so it's 30 minus 2, which is 28 million. Okay, but we don't use that as part of our answer here, so we don't have to worry about that one. So 30 million is the new one, 30 million earning before interest and taxes. And we minus interest. Okay, ingat before conversion, it means 100% bond. So full conversion means 100% share. Okay, so when we talk about interest, before conversion, we're going to pay full for interest and zero for full conversion. So how much interest that we need to pay? The rate of interest is 7%, and they issue 15 million. So 15 million times 7%, it's 1.05 million. So 1.05 million here. Okay, so is there any interest for full conversion? No. So we have EBT. So it's 28.95 million. So here, 95 million. Here we have 30 million. Okay, so after we have this earning before taxes, we gonna minus the tax, and the tax rate is 28%. So 28.95 times 28%, So you have 8.106 million and 30 times 0.88 is 8.4 million here. Okay, so the earning after tax ataupun the net income would be 8.95 8.106. So it would be 20.844 million. Right, and 30 minus 8.4, it's 21.6 million. And again, this question doesn't specify any either to preferred stockholders, right? So we just keep that spot lah. Okay, that spot ataupun that part kita skip je dividend to preferred stockholders. So next we're gonna find the NOSO, the number of shares outstanding. So before conversion means we're gonna use the old number of shares outstanding. The original one was 15. Oh, I just skip satu soalan Sekejap I'm gonna go back to that later. This is 50 million. Okay, but before kita continue, sebenarnya dia ada nombor 3 tadi The third one here is total number of shares if bonds are fully converted. Okay, so if you recall how to find this is amount to be raised. Okay, so new shares equals to the old one. The old number of shares is 15 million. And we're going to add with amount to be raised, which is 15 million. Okay, we divide with conversion price, which is 20 ringgit. So 15 divided by 20 plus 15. So a total of 15.75 million shares. Okay, so this is the total number of new shares. Okay, ataupun total number as a whole. Total number of shares after fully converted. 15.75. So 15 is the original. And 0.75 ni, you have 15 million amount to be raised divided by conversion price, which is 20 ringgit. So we get here 0.75. So plus 15, 15.75. And this 15.75 will be used here. All right, so the earning per share will be 20.844 divided by 50 million. So you have RM RM1.39. And for full conversion, you have RM RM1.37. Okay, so that will be the effects on the earning per share before conversion and after full conversion. Alright, so this is the answer for June 2019. So tadi dah discuss pasal December 2019. Now it's the answer for June 2019. Okay, for all 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, question 1A, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I think that's about it for today. And the end of convertible bond punya topic juga. So for next meeting, okay, so we're going to discuss about preferred, okay, preferred stocks and also common stocks. So 5 and 6 we're going to discuss together next meeting, preferred and also common stocks. All right. So thank you very much dah forward 3 ni. And I'll see you guys inshallah in seminar number 3 later. Okay, thank you and assalamualaikum.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Assalamualaikum.
Wow.
Sir, sir.
Ya,
Recording sir nanti nak bagi kat mana
nanti nak bagi kat mana?
Tak ni nak